Hi, I'm Sharon, also known as White-Elk Woman. Well, we all arrived on Friday evening and had evening meal together. Wonderful sound meditation with Catherine Stargazer with her crystal bowls and various jangly, twinkly things, monochords and gongs, and just absolutely fabulous. And then we spent the best part of the next 2 days with various speakers and lots of interesting information coming up about crystal skulls, UFOs, ancient artifacts. We were joined by some Mongolian skulls as well. So there were 7 speakers over the course of the weekend, and I think hopefully we all had a wonderful time. Oxon Hoath was potentially going to be mine and Brian's wedding venue, and when we turned up there was this very familiar to me hum of what sounded like a helicopter, and for me a helicopter, as a lot of people will know my story, it's a signal to me from the Mitchell Hedges crystal skull. So before we even went into the venue I thought, I've perhaps got to look at this with slightly different eyes. And basically by the time we'd come out of the venue we had in our heads arranged a fabulous crystal skull conference and retreat style event, which is obviously what happened, but it all just came together very, very quickly. So as far as I'm concerned, it was through the Mitchell Hedges crystal skull and just intuition really. I've known of the venue for a very long time, just never had the good fortune to get there, and that's what happened when we arrived, so it was perfect really. After the weekend, I would say, looking at the questionnaires, pretty much everybody had a wonderful time, and lots of people enjoyed the sound meditations and the opening meditations that we had. Certainly people would have learnt things, but I think we were generally all increasing our vibration and our light quotient, so I think we're all probably going to be transforming yet again in one way or another. But certainly looking at the feedback, everybody had a wonderful time. They enjoyed the venue, enjoyed the food, enjoyed all the speakers and the stands that were there, so I think it was perceived very well. Half of me really, really wants to go back to this venue and do it again. We have the option of going back on August Bank Holiday for 2011, so I am very, very seriously considering doing that, but I might just wait a week or two just to see whether it is supposed to be at this venue or whether them upstairs want me to move it somewhere else, because the Crystal Skull Conference in the UK, as you know, has kind of expanded a wee bit each time. It started out as a 1 day and then it was a 2 day last year, and now it's been a 2 and a bit day fully residential, but there will definitely be another Crystal Skull Conference in the UK at some point next year. This is Andromeda, and you might hear her squealing in a minute because she's not that great with lights, but it's not sunlight she's in at the moment, so she may be okay. She's well, I call her my first skull. I mean, I did actually have a tiny little one prior to Andromeda, but Andromeda is the first main channel and the first main crystal skull that arrived with me and my family, and very, very powerful little being, but hasn't been out of the house for a few years. She did venture out once or twice this year to be part of the CD that I've just recorded to help me channel that. But essentially she's kind of stayed in the home, and she's normally here looking after and protecting the home while we're away. But she decided this weekend she was coming to the conference, which kind of shocked me a bit, but we now know why, because she connected with a lot of people there, and a lot of people had amazing experiences with her. So I'm not quite sure where she's now going to be taking me, but she hasn't held many punches this weekend, so I think there's definitely something afoot for me and her to be getting on with. So yes, but she does connect, as you would imagine, with the Andromedan galaxy and the Palladian beings. So we had somebody here last night who was hearing these funny little squeaking noises all the time I was talking, and I think that probably is her little kind of language. So you know, if she's talking to you and you're hearing this funny little squeak, then you know that's probably quite normal. So yeah, so this is Andromeda. So we have some other websites, as well as the crystalskullconference.co.uk, where obviously you can find out about the events that we're doing. We're also creators of the Crystal Skull message cards, and the new Shadowlight cards have just been released. And I've also just recorded a personal and planetary healing CD with the Crystal Skulls. So they can all be found on mysticmouse-publishing.com. But if you just remember Mystic Mouse, because we've got lots of Mystic Mouse sites, so you can find us there. My working name is White-Elk Woman, so White-Elk Woman also has a website, which is white-elk-woman.com. And then also there is crystalskull-cards.com. You can find us on any of those, but for the products and all the new releases, it's mysticmouse-publishing.com.